Bundy's Garage, Bundy here. Hey, I'm here today with Jose at JDM Astar. They are a LED headlight manufacturer. Just want to come here today, have him show some of his products, some of the up-and-coming stuff that's coming out for 2019, what sets him apart from the competition. Let's dive right into it.
Alrighty, guys. My name is Jose Cornejo. You guys already know me from all the shows that we've been attending. I'm pretty much the go-to guy, apparently, to some of our followers. So I'm just going to show you guys some of the best options we have, and I'm even going to show you an older design that we used to have, and kind of show you where LED started at and how far it's come today. All right, so the first one that we want to show you guys, it's a new product design, just came out about a little under a month ago. The main reason why we released this is to kind of show the market what they're missing. We want to do what nobody else is doing. And right now, what we see a lot of manufacturers and other brands do nowadays is fan style headlights. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. However, that's older technology, and with how far LED has improved, you can now eliminate that concern of a loud fan noise or an actual issue with the fan itself. But this one here is our...
So as far as cooling, you're talking about?
Yeah. This one, it's a passive heatsink cooling. There's no mechanical parts to provide a form of cooling. It just dissipates heat from the diodes and exhaust through the heatsink. For LED headlights, the ones that we carry would be the NX headlights, our 8th gens, and our 6S. Those are pretty much the big players, the most durable options in terms of heat, and by far the brightest we carry.
Okay. Light output.
Yeah, so with something like this, I can even plug them in to show you guys. This is our NX model again. The size that you see there is a 9006, 9005. You see it very often on a lot of Japanese model cars, but there are a lot of American vehicles that also use them. It's good for low beam, good for high beam, definitely good for fog lights as well.
Those can be used both high and low?
Yes, it all just depends on the size. This particular size is dedicated to a single function, single beam, so either low or high beam.
Okay.
But other options, like if it has like a second set of diodes, usually it's for a dual beam setup. So like H13s, H4s, 9007s, 9004s. And that's the NX headlight, man. Let me show you the next one up here. This one's a new design. Want to check that one out?
This is brand new.
Yeah, this one's a new design. Came out a little bit under a month ago.
They can find this on Amazon?
Yes, that's available on our Amazon store. It's also available on our site and our eBay store.
All the links will be in the description below. It's light. It's really light.
Yeah, that's aviation grade aluminum, man. Let me show you the next one up here. This is going to be our 6S LED headlight. This one's already been featured in a couple of YouTube videos online. We featured it on our Instagram page, and it's definitely a big dog. This here is a product manual.
Okay.
Has all the fun stuff for how to adjust the beam of the bulb itself and the heatsink. And of course, this is what the bulb looks like. Let's pull this guy out. So it's an all-in-one design. Kind of like a lot of people like the design of the NX headlight, having a single unit in one. So the driver, we had to keep it on the external part of the bulb just to be able to compensate for the adjustment features, like the cooling fins. This can rotate. The collar of the bulb, there's a set screw. You can actually orient this inside the housing so you can achieve optimal results with any vehicle's housing.
Wait, so you can, I'm sorry for interrupting, but you can move the fins as well as the bulb.
Yeah.
You can clock them both.
This is bendable as well, and you can actually adjust basically the fins rotating.
That's sweet.
Yeah, this is definitely a big dog, and it fits almost anywhere. If you've got limited space on one side of the housing, I've seen this a lot, like on Chevys. You can actually just pull the fins back, and boom, you don't limit yourself, and you got room now.
So is there an optimal setup for these fins? Do you want them like spread out as far as possible? Do you want it like one here, one here, one here, one here? I'm thinking like a finger is just spread out.
Yeah, that's actually right, man. You got it right on the money, John. You want to fan these out. The more fanned out they are, the better the airflow, the better the heat dissipation, the better the lifespan and efficiency of the product.
Okay.
So this is definitely a big thing, man. So let's go to the next one here.
What would you find this on? This is high-low?
This is a good option for low beams and high beams. For fog lights, it is adjustable, so definitely a good option to use it for. It all just depends on the size.
Okay. 6S. Very nice, man. I love your packaging.
Oh, thank you.
It's
Thank
sweet,
you.
man. When you send me that pair, I'm like, man, these guys aren't messing around.
No, man. Got to make sure they're protected, and well, you get what you pay for, man.
Cool. What's next?
The next one up would be our 8th generation headlight. Now this one's actually the demo that we display to anyone that walks in, any of our business customers. But this is what that looks like. You got the instruction manual on how to adjust the bulb color and achieve optimal results with the pattern.
And you also have those on your website as well?
Oh yeah. We have a dedicated video on our channel to show you how to adjust the beam pattern and the heatsink. So this is what the 8th gen looks like. This is pretty much the mothership. This is what we lead with. We actually have a patent pending on this design pretty soon. And it's pretty much by far the best option we've seen overall. The results are proven with this design. It's got a heat sink for cooling, aviation grade aluminum, only draws about 25 watts in power, and rated at 4,000 lumens per bulb.
What's the color on it?
The color temp's about 6500K. So you got that small hue of blue just to give you that crystal white look.
Yeah.
And all the ends are sealed. You know, we don't take any shortcuts. All ends are sealed 100%. So this,
I like this locking collar you guys have.
Yeah, you got to have that, man. Especially if you want to run this as a fog light. You got a lot of moisture and dust and debris that kicks up. So you have to protect these ends.
Pop that open. Do you recommend any grease in there or anything, or just leave it dry?
Oh, definitely. Any experienced person will know that using dielectric grease would definitely help for connectivity and to prevent any sort of moisture from getting to the area. So yeah, definitely. Dielectric grease, I would recommend it.
Okay.
If I was an automotive tech, I'd be using that on all of our customers' bulbs.
What models does this come in? 9003s?
Oh yeah, we pretty much have every most common bulb size you find on the market. So everything from all the H sizes from H1 through H16, and the more common sizes like 9006, 9005, and all the unique sizes like a 5202, 5201. I mean, the numbers are endless, but for the most part, we pretty much cover a large spectrum of the sizes available on the market.
So Jose, one thing I've been reading a lot, I'm a headlight junkie for whatever reason. I was telling you earlier, I wanted HIDs when my dad's Lincoln had them. But when the LEDs came out, you know, they were kind of, I want to say inconsistent, just light output wasn't there. It's like, dude, I can't see anything. My halogens work better than this bulb. I'm not saying this about your bulbs, but I'm just saying when you know, LEDs first came out.
Yeah.
So one of the things, guys, that you want to look for when you're buying LEDs, the way they've set these up on their circuit board right here, you can see that right there, was it 4 of them?
Yeah.
4 LEDs in there. But the way they've done it here and what they've created, it emulates basically an OE halogen headlight bulb. If you, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, Jose, if you don't replicate the original bulb and how it functions or how the light comes out, you're gonna get a funky design when you're putting it into a housing. So this right here, he found this in his warehouse, but this is probably one of the first generation LED bulbs that came out, and you can see, I know kind of a glare right here because of this, there's a cover on this, but you can see this bubble. I don't know if there's a specific name for this LED.
It's optics. They refer to that as diode optics.
Diode optics.
But I like to call it a dome-like lens, just to make it easy to understand.
Well, I'm talking about the actual LED.
Oh,
it looks like a little bubble to me.
Yeah.
Like a bubble LED. This was a very, very poor design when it first came out, just because the light output wasn't there. It's not what you're seeing on these here today. So just for reference, or when you guys are buying LEDs, try to get one that looks like this, that emulates what the original manufacturer had put in the headlights when it came from factory. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Is that all correct?
What John is referring to is trying to get the position of the diodes to mimic the exact same position of the burning filament of the original bulb.
Yes, there you go.
When you have that there, and we're not talking just about having the same position, but you got to have the same position, you got to have the same physical size, length. If it's off by a small fraction or percentage, that translates to a change in the light pattern. And when you're pulling up the vehicle to, let's say, a couple feet away from a wall, the changes are not going to be drastic. But once that beam pattern spreads and casts a light 100 feet in front of the car, because of that distance, you'll definitely see that minor change. So it's crucial and essential to your light pattern to have a bulb that use diodes positioned in a way that mimics the same position of the original filament. One way that I always explain to everyone is if you get let's say a tube from like a paper towel roll when it's empty, if you put a light source at the end, that light pattern is going to be focused and concentrated to a smaller area. But if we take that light sources and put it deeper into that tube, then that pattern is going to spread and it's not going to give you the focus you need. So that is exactly what would happen when you run something like that. You're not going to get that concentration or focused pattern. You're going to get more spread simply because the light sources enlarging. That optics that's on there is going to make that light source substantially larger.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's definitely an important thing, and it's definitely something we look into with a majority of our products.
Along with LED headlights, JDM Astar also offers interior LED lights. These are just, some samples of what they offer, and Jose's going to go over some more in detail about what each one is and what each one does. Color, light output application. Pretty cool display up there you guys have.
Thank you. Yeah, that's actually something we give to any wholesale buyers, anybody interested in distributing or becoming part of the JDM Astar team. That is something that's usually provided for free for anyone that needs a display at their shop.
Okay.
So as far as the different LEDs on this actual display, there's actually a few already installed there. These are pretty much smaller bulbs you find in the exterior of most cars. This one here is a traditional bayonet style. It's an 1157. It's got two contacts at the end. The base of the bulb, the round metal part, is the ground.
Your turn signal.
Yeah, this is basically like a turn signal, tail and brake light. But you mainly find it like on Korean type cars or older model vehicles. Mm-hmm. And this would replace like an actual brake light, since it's a red light. This would be like a tail light function, and this would be like a brake light function. And then, of course, smaller type bulbs. These are amber T10s. These are 3014 model. Very common with side markers. Side markers, park lights, and red color would be good as a tail light as well. That would be an amber LED. And then, of course, the back.
Man, those suckers are bright, dude.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, retina burn. That's mentioned in our application when you first apply.
Is it retina burn?
No, but definitely.
No, I mean, I'm just amazed at how much light output this little bulb is giving. When I don't know if the camera's picking up for you guys out there in YouTube land, but I mean that sucker's bright. Can't see. And next one being
this T10. One here. It's in a T10 socket. The wedge itself is very small and allows it to fit into any T10 socket. However, the design is not exactly recommended for T10 because that's usually something you find in interior housings and in smaller type housings for the exterior. But this would be more like a backup light T15 wedge type, and it's a 9-to-1 bulb. This is actually has a patent design by us. And the output on something like this is about 1,000. So get ready on this one, John.
Now I really can't see.
Yeah, this one.
That's ridiculous. Now wait, what would that be for?
This particular design, backup lighting.
931.
921, but yeah, 31.
921. I'm sorry. Yeah. For the guys that are looking for more, more light output on their reverse lights. Oh man.
You'll get used to that.
I should have brought my sunglasses.
Alrighty, so
what are you showing up here?
Those are our G4 headlights. It's a fan style LED. This is actually something that we see go out very, very often. A lot of our customers pretty much buy this one because it's a very good entry-level headlight option to utilize. It uses similar diodes to that of our 8th gens. These are custom type chips. They're AEC. I like to think of them as a store brand version of what JDM Astar offers. And if you compare them to the ZES chips that we use on our 8th gens, you'll see that they're very similar. So as far as the specifications go, It's not an actual ZES chip, but you still have the performance and quality of a ZES, but at a more affordable price. So you've got AEC chips on there. That's rated at 4,000 lumens per bulb, just like the 8th gen, so you're not losing out on output. And it just basically utilizes a mechanical fan to allow the cost of it to be a little bit lower.
Down here?
These ones here, you'll find some exterior type turn signal bulbs. Our 3030 lineup, these two here are the ones that are very popular for the switchback version. This model here.
Okay.
This is our 3030 series. It uses about 13 diodes. You've got 12 surrounding the entire bulb. And then the projector, you've got another few under there. So in total about 14.
Is that another brake light?
This would be a brake light replacement. The way the diodes are tinted, I don't know if you can see it, but there should be red. That red and burn is really getting us.
Yeah, they're red.
But I can show you to see what this looks like here. This would fit into a 3157. That would be the tail function. And this would be the brake. And we offer different designs to kind of cater to every car and driver. And an earlier design that the 3030s was actually derived from. This is our PX switchback. This is pretty much what started all the switchback hype. Everything on Amazon and eBay that you see, this pretty much blew that out of the water and started making switchbacks even more popular.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. I haven't heard that word switchback. What is switchback?
That's a good question. It's switchback. It's a lot like one of these brake and tail lights where you've got a low and a high.
Okay.
But rather than changing the light intensity, we're just changing the color. So the amount of power driven to the circuit, whether the white or the amber chips are on, it's all the same. So the intensity typically stays the same, but with the amber color, because it's amber, you don't get the same brightness as white. So for the low side, you would get white. If this was a brake light bulb, this would basically be the tail function, and then it'll switch to amber when you engage the turn signal.
That's a switchback.
That's a switchback. And then once you're done switching, then it would go back to white. This is actually what you see on a lot of newer Lexus, Audi, a lot of European type cars. Mercedes, I've seen them on before. Except the difference between this and that is you're not adding in a couple $1,000s to your financing. Something that's a little bit more affordable.
These will fit on motorcycles as well. I mean, some applications will switch over.
Motorcycles, yes. Not that particular size.
Yeah.
I usually find 1157s, but that one is definitely an essential feature for motorcycles because it helps for noticeability. So when bikes are behind other cars, that driver is going to be able to notice them a lot easier that they're signaling for a turn.
Okay. Yeah, you guys had a bike at SEMA.
Oh yeah, it was a Yamaha R1.
That was a bad bike.
It was sweet, man. It had that swing arm, 360-inch tire, 13-inch rim in the back. That thing was nice.
Are these both switchbacks right here?
No. That would be just a replacement for like a tail and brake light because of the color. But it's also available in white, amber, and red.
Okay. Now we're getting into dome lights, the lights on your door.
Yeah, these are the two most common sizes, or at least type of bulbs you see in the interior. You've got wedge type T10s. That'd be this guy here.
What other numbers are associated with T10?
T10s honestly is a long number. The more common ones like 194, 168, 192. Usually a few numbers. W5W is also one. This one actually has a patent design as well, so we're the only brand in the US to carry something like this. And it's good for interior, it's definitely good for exterior. The output on something like this is about 100 lumens per bulb. So
what exterior light would be on?
This I would use it as a license plate or a side marker.
Nice, yes.
And then this one over here would be a festoon style. Festoon style is what I like to call the bullet type bulbs. They kind of have that glass in the center with the two contact points at each end. But this one basically uses a heat sink for cooling to maintain efficiency and of course keep the diodes happy. And the diodes are all mounted at the end. So when it's positioned, all lights concentrated towards the lens.
Now is this one specific to which way you put it in? No. I've installed some bulbs where you put it in, it doesn't light up. Flip it over.
Typically on the polarized LED. This one's not polarity sensitive, so it would light up regardless of the position it's installed. So this would be the G4 headlight. Oh wait, it's not plugged in.
Oh man, that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's 4,000 lumens we're seeing there. 6,500K, and that's all AEC chip lighting.
How many watts does that pull?
This one puts out about 30 watts of bulb, so it is higher than normal.
That's 30 watts.
Yeah, 30 watts in power draw.
Okay.
810s actually draw a lot less. These actually only simulate a 25 watt load. With an LED language, that's definitely a huge difference. 5 watts in draw is going to make a big difference in the long run for the efficiency and the lifespan of LED. But this is also 4,000 lumens of bulb. And the advantage with this one is, well, you can hear it.
There's no fan. All right, shut them off real quick, Jose. So just one thing I want to confirm with you, when you're installing these headlights, you want the LEDs at the 3 and 6 position, just like this, not at the 12 and 6. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
With the way a lot of housings are made.
So just like that, guys, you want it installed like that, not like this. And showing the housing here real quick.
Yeah.
You can explain, kind of explain why that is.
Well, a lot of vehicle housings, they're not necessarily symmetrical up and down and side to side. So when you utilize an LED that changes the direction of where the light's being concentrated in the housing, the way that housing is designed is going to reflect to the pattern. So it's going to give you a lot of unfocused lighting. It's going to scatter. You can get a lot of dark spots or a lot of hot spots in the areas you don't want the light to be in. So it's essential to the pattern to have the light concentrated from left to right. And for the houses that are a little more symmetrical, round, and I'm talking about like everything identical from top, bottom, side to side, those ones you can get away with changing the position, but for the most part, left to right is the best option by far.
Okay, yeah. 3 and 6, not 12, 3 and 9, not 12 and 6. Anything new, exciting coming out for 2019?
2019, we are actually going to be relocating to a larger warehouse facility with it.
Nice.
Yes, thanks to the support and the help of all of our JDM supporters. Big thanks to you guys. We're in a small office before, and now we're relocating for the second time. So huge thanks to all of our brand supporters and anyone that's been basically supporting our brand since day one.
Okay. All right. Any technical questions, they can contact you?
Definitely. If you guys have any questions at all, our website is jdmastar.com. Our contact information is on there. You can reach us by phone or by email.
What's your email address?
Our email address is service@jdmastar.com.
All right. Jose, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Great meeting. Thank you.
Pleasure, man.
All right, guys. Take care.